Yo, let's get to it. Okay. So, what are things we're gonna do? This mic is not gonna work. Okay, let's try that. So, UI start. That's the first thing people are gonna get into. Within that, I want. Let's see. There's the main menu. What I'll call world space UI. Um, and what that means is that I want. Oh, let's go. Is that I want to have the UI options sort of sit in the space, so I'll have essentially like 3D planes that I orient in some way in the house. I'll try to find a good camera angle after I set dress it and everything, and we're basically like ready to go. So it'll kind of be a last minute thing as far as what it will look like, but I can still prove out the concept and get most of it designed and built so it's ready for it ahead of time just with my empty scene. Think like zombie land kind of style. Um, and then aside from that, I will need a pause menu because I'm not going to try and like make that work with all camera angles. Pause menu UI. Um, I guess in game we'll need like level and item selection. But we can always add to this later. For now, we just have pause menu and then player stat UI to show players health and stamina and all that. Um, I don't want to. I want to try to like work around that. So I might go with a gotta be like a wristwatch or something. You know, the player can just like have the weapon and like turn their hand over or something and see their stats at a glance. Because I was thinking about like how I could, for story's sake, like write ways to read all of the player stats via like actual, bodily functions and everything. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Stat UI. This is okay. And I think that's just driven by materials too, less so the like actual widget thing. Yeah, we can play around with that. Okay, there's stat UI via the wristwatch interface. I'm going to need the ghost evidence and ceremonial ingredients. Self-explanatory there. well, I guess the ceremony ingredients based on the ghost evidence type, um, or like, the determined ghost that you have. That will allow you to determine what ingredients to prepare for like a ceremony to exercise or challenge the ghost. And then after that, some form of free. Okay, so that's a good place to stop with the UI. So with that in mind, let's talk about what the player's needs are. You do want full body customizable character. Well, we'll start with a single unchangeable character, and then, or maybe we can do two, like a male and female kind of thing, just to give like the smallest options. Make sure that's working, because I'm afraid like if we do a lot of customization, then that will hamper performance quite a bit. There we go. Okay. So the player. We'll start with, just to get the workflow down, one full body character. I'm trying to think of like, I did want to get to the detail of like, if you want to open a door or even grab something, there are ways to do like blend animations to get like an arm to reach out and do those things. And, like I have a background animation, so I know I can make it work. But I'm just trying to think of like what's important for getting like a bare bones version out. I don't think I need to do that. Why character? Two, four, five, and there's a lot of other mechanics I'm thinking of too that revolve around using a phone or just some kind of yeah, handheld device something. Just do that phone. Yeah, let's make the phone something you carry. It'll have a light. It can have its own light on the back when you. I'm just thinking of like players having their phone and like the ghost being able to drag drain the battery, and then like players being able to like charge their phones after that happens, and then the ghost just like smacking their phones. People playing the ghost game like, oh my god, I lost my phone. Such a random thing. Needs to be able to hold. What other actions we want? Needs to be able to hide. Hiding is more just getting out of or breaking line of sight. Um, I think I can get away with something similar to Phasmophobia, where it's like just run in the closet and close the door. You know, there's not going to be like a get under the bed action. Um, yeah, if people feel like they really need it, then fine. Um, but I don't think it's critical. Plus, that's kind of like a cliche moment, right? Like, oh, I'm under the bed, my sleeping footsteps coming in and all that. It's been done. And now that thing again. Okay. Um, you hide just by interacting with physics objects, which I already have. I need to be able to not just hold items, but use them. And that's really just going to be turning them on and off, right? There's not going to be a lot of things I think will, a lot of alternative uses that I need to deal with. Okay. That's uh, uh, yeah. So the way I want to deviate from other games is that I want, instead of having like a van that you can keep running back out to, you will have like a vehicle that you ride up on to the scene, but it'll be sort of like a vehicle of your choice. So that's the intention. You know, it can be like a car or a motorcycle or something. And then you'll basically have like a duffel bag of your tools, and you can bring that in into the scene, into the like yeah match if you want, or just leave it at there. So this is functioning as your secondary, or like your disconnect, your like I don't know, your level inventory, right? You can only hold what's on your like in your hands essentially. Maybe you can have things on your waist, but all the other tools that you wanted to bring with you will live in here. That'll be easy to manage. Oh yeah, do anything else. Down the line, the ceremony may just lead to the ghost being like, tangible, so you can like stab it or shoot it or something. So I have not figured that part out yet, what that will look like. But I figure we got a lot to a lot of stuff we can figure out before then to fill our time. As far as animations for the player, right now it's just going to be all mouse based. The player's not going to necessarily be interacting with the environment in a tangible way, like they're not reaching for objects or anything like that. We can just let them hold their little tools out and rotate around. Maybe with the motion blending thing, we can explore that and see if that can be like a performant option. Otherwise, yeah, we're okay with minimal animations for the player. I don't think that's anything we have to really worry about. It's going to be kind of rough. Uh, Ghosts. first off, I already have the ghost choosing a random location to spawn at and claim as its, like, whatever room it starts at is the room we're saying it died in or that it's attached to or something. So, as far as that goes, when the game starts, that's already there. From that point now, I need it goes to multiple by player. It'll kind of randomly roam around the house, and then the players will do things to try and detect it that will upset it and make it more aggressive. So yeah, we have a system in mind for how the ghost is going to regulate itself um, and be, yeah, manipulated as the game unfolds. So that'll be good. And then basically, yeah, so we have the system within the ghost for determining essentially what type of action to do and like how strongly to do it. And then we just send that to an object, and the object does something with that information. I think that works for now. Yeah, I guess I should. So basically, like, the ghost is gonna be messing with you and be intangible most of the time. Um, but yeah, when you upset it enough or when it becomes aggressive enough, it should hunt the player. I don't necessarily want it to be like a one-shot kill, um, but yeah, I gotta figure that out. Might depend on the ghost, but getting attacked by the ghost should be seriously punishing, but yeah, we don't need to take it to death. Unless we can recover from death. But no, that's not my intention. So, let's throw this all at level. Level design and everything. I'm honestly thinking about writing a bit of Python code just to be able to um, use the combine actors option in Unreal. Right now, if I just do it on a blueprint, it's not working properly. So, and then using any of their other like geometry merge options always just screws up the geometry that I have. It tries to merge verts here and there and just makes it, yeah, trash. So I think if I can write some, I think if I can get everything basically, if you have just static meshes at the level, at the like the level instance level, um, you just place them around and then you can merge those together and that works. I'm pretty sure. Let's test that actually, just to confirm. But essentially, if that works, then I can write a Python script to say like take a blueprint, take uh, all the static mesh components within it, and like read those meshes and take these transforms and then just like repopulate that in the level instance. And then, yeah, that rips out all those pieces and gives me what I need. Yep, it's loading on the other monitor. Hidden things. That's some messed up. Yeah, see that? That's from merging. So I gotta go back and fix that. Essentially, I feel like I need to just bake this out to my convert it into one asset and then bring it back. It's just, some real geometry stuff is garbage. So, let's see. Pick my meshes. So now, essentially, these are both just stacked meshes in the scene. Look at the wireframe. They both meet up real nice right there. And that's good. So, yeah, this is the point between the assets. This is where our points of failure are going to be. And we can expect whatever happens out here to happen on the ends as well. So, convert actors to static mesh. Okay, why the wireframe is just jacked. Okay. You can see, so it is good that you can look through it, but you can see that none of these are offset, which is great. Now if I come over here and select these guys again, and use this tool, because this one you can select blueprints, and it will just select all the static mesh components. Like basically what you want to do. Like what I'm gonna have to write Python shit to get around. So it's the workflow, but I mean, distance preload, I'm saying enabled, enable nanite, and also preserve the area, right? Try to retain everything that it is. So let's let it compute the light. And then also, yeah, I don't have LOD set up for this. So I just make it choose LOD 0. But that also makes it, use the highest, poly version of it. So it should all work fine. All these are default settings. In most cases, these are good. Most people, let's see, replace the actor. So let's just do that. Okay, let's pull this out. Or this is like, I don't need to do more demos of this. But yeah, these are the settings that I use. In some cases, this works, but no, don't be that time. See, so the settings do like hold in some cases, but also I have another pack of houses where within the blueprint it uses actor components, and then those actor components are filled with one static mesh component, which is then, the whatever, like chimney piece or something is part of the house. So it's like if I can't do this merge thing with it. It like merges, I don't know, everything within the static actors and then like zeroes everything out. So it's like it just breaks it into pieces and makes everything like on a pile in the middle. So that's just busted. But I think with Python, that's not terribly complicated to do. Uh, so that in mind, and then we still need to customize. Um, so yeah, I would like to be able to just rip, like this pack has good houses. I could use them as is, but I can't. I want to be able to put my material set on them and control them, or like basically re-UV them to use my UDIM format. Um, and I can't do that without extracting them as they are. Um, every way that I can like get to bake them out of their blueprint state is ruining the geometry, and that's the problem. So I'm just gonna have to like build my own otherwise. But even combining my own stuff is, yeah, messing with the geometry up. Obviously not in that one case, but oof. Okay. Mm, terrain sort of around the house. Setting the backyard kind of more set dressing-ish. Central foliage. Right. Trees. I think within the level, there's like kind of a cinematic idea I have for the player like loading into the destination. Because I want them to kind of drop in a bit away from the target location and sort of drive through the neighborhood to get there. Um, I don't know if I should be resolving that at the level stage. So, figuring out the tooling and stuff. Well, I mean, I'll figure out that out. Once I get one down, the rest will be pretty straightforward. I'll just have to do one that does rely on the material changing. I've seen some techniques that talk about changing like UI interfaces or on-screen elements via material functions as opposed to like scaling polygons or done some UI stuff. Okay, okay, nice. So like this then. Yeah, if I want to try the world space UI, maybe. Let's see.
Hello everyone. So I got a request from Patreon to show how to create one of these Dead Space style 3D UI.
That is, I do like that approach. Like, I'm okay. Yeah, this is cool. Hmm. Is there a way I could do that?
Like the one you see here, and
It's not really horizontal.
it's at oh, that's too close.
What is it doing? So I just brought in a widget component to the character. Okay. Hmm. Does that mean, let's see. Okay. Let's drag that in. No. Let's new blueprint. Try to make a widget component there. Just drop a blueprint in the scene, and I can rearrange the widget components around the level. And perhaps. Maybe in space. Do something. This is a component to allow interaction with the widget component. This class allows you to simulate sort of laser pointer device. Use of widgets. First, send basic signals to show the mouse movement. Then, top component to simulate key presses like left mouse and keys. What? Let's try. I have to make each one of these for each button. And I guess that's fine, right? Okay. This is crazy. Let's just mess around and see if we can figure it out. Wow, I'll have to set up a whole player controller scheme and everything. Dang it. Place the player pawn in the camera position, not let them move or like rotate basically, just like move the mouse around. So sweet. Yeah, I think with that set up, It's just like move the buttons into place, position your camera. You can change the scene to your heart's content. Sweet. So, yeah, click on it. We need a say any so setting here. Oh, this now. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. There's no material on it. I guess it does need a surface material to be lit. That kind of makes sense. Quit. Right, this one's quit. Quit again. Okay. We've gotten there, but we can't do anything about it. Let's just watch the summary. Let's just watch this thing.
Maybe how it looks.
See how. Whoa, sweet Mary and Joseph. It doesn't have that widget or something.
That. Oh. Character is rotating in an odd way. That's because of this target offset. Let's set up an input. Only when we press a button, let's say Q. Input Q. I'm not going to set up the enhanced input, just the key event. And I'll make this invisible by default. How can I do that? Yeah. Let's try hidden in game. Okay. Now,
Q though.
when I get Q, set hidden in game. I'll set it to false when I press Q, and when I release Q, I'll make it hidden. Okay, now when I press Q, I get this 3D UI. When I release it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if I want to like
the key and then scroll or something,
give an input here and to this like a selection, but how can I do that? How about something like this? Okay, by default I'll have some opacity like 0.4, and the selected one should have a higher opacity like this, and whatever I select should select it through in an entity in pp get dot this get to what's the color we used originally, then color. So by default select into we
What is he doing?
and
This is just doing
and call the same thing.
whatever.
Right.
Visible in level. One side. Drop it in position. Cool. Okay. Let's do pink. Yeah, so oh no, okay. Build the lighting. No. Just blue and black. I like that. It's just totally going off. For real? For real? Pretty much. Yeah, be far away from it or something. Is it like showing up on like a thin edge? Hmm. How's it not? No. Dude, what's going on? Mhm. There's so weird. Confused crawler. I don't know why this would do anything, but sometimes I do. Okay. Space. See what happens. Okay. This in the controller. Have troops I don't have. It's an event. But yeah, yeah. Doors are part of this. I would rather make this as input action just to be safe. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go to our inputs. Add another click. Oh yeah, we just do all that in this. We're hitting on if I don't know action. Yeah, let's try to leave it blank because we set it at the input action. there. As soon as it's triggered, what? Left mouse button. Just click events as a result of the left mouse button key presses. So I'm gonna change this. I think I have to put completed and canceled in there. Because canceled will fire when they're released before it works. Before the threshold. Well, no, I set it to 0 now, so it's just triggered and completed. Triggered state. But what if I do add the modifier to it? Okay, let's see what happens. Best, and we'll do best. We get all of these. So I think then select on this, like this. So I think this will basically say like this is going to get triggered by pressing or releasing. And should just get it out of one event thing. Can you just do it started and completed as long as it's that's 0, so we'll start immediately. Well, okay, we'll do it. Just do it. Good old print string. Player controller, I can right click When that starts, we want to see started. So basically when I hit the button, we should see started. When I release, I should see completed. Let's test. Yeah, we're getting nothing. Why is that? Maybe it's because we just set it here. Saturation threshold is 0. Yeah, this should be working. This big choice still. Uh, hmm. Oh, it's so odd. Oh, this is good. Start. Okay. Okay. And this is fine. What's the big deal? Hold the release. Click. So in that controller is where I have the inputs to move and everything. So it should be there. If they printed in the log. Hmm. Yeah, it's not firing at all. Should be very quick. Come on, what is? Exactly the same. This doesn't feel like it is. This is where you're between the why not firing. All it should be doing is printing. There's no reason to not. So if I hit H, this will fire. And if I right click, that will not fire. Oh, okay. So H, can't see that. And if I right click, oh, oh wow, yeah, so I was just getting off bad pins. Okay, that's good. Click this. Oh, so if I hold it, then I just make the hold time ridiculously long. Or yeah, it's like if I make it short, I should do as well. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, so if I hit 0, then it'll never do it? Dang. I guess that works. Supposed to be at least, right? Let's see what's touching. Sure. Let's see if we can burn. What is that? Why? The size of the displayed clock. Okay. So, 200, 200, I guess. Let's see. Is okay, working. Did that. Whatever we can. Oh, so it just takes up the entire thing. Oh, shit. But, details. Just, sure. Oh, and let me just do that, of course. Right, sure. Um, Piercing, this has the button. There's nothing here. So I need to do the flash thing. That's it. That's all we need. We just can't have it. Push it. Okay. So everything's fine, and what's nothing else to do? Scene caption. Please be visible. Select all edges. Restart. Well, let's see. UI as a texture mode. Comes on this thing kind of safely. Building it ruins it. That's the problem. You set the static or something? Nope, of course not. Put this. Then we'll get rid of garbage and I can drag it and roll it. No? Okay. Dang, man.
Hello, let's say you want some kind of holographic effect that you want to create with 3D widgets in the Unreal Engine. You have to make a blueprint and then put a widget component in there, and this widget component comes with a default material. This material is able to, however, so we have a look at icons just to fake the one that uses the default material. You can see it here. Material. Roll down in the details of the widget and you see it, but as soon as you open, depending on your, just have a look here, and this one use 4 parameters here, and these parameters have special names: opacity from texture, tint color and opacity, back color and slate UI. You must not change those names because these parameters directly communicate with your widget. Let's have a look. These are the details of this widget component, and the Slate UI is there to display your font. When we scroll down till we find the rendering section, you will find all those other parameters here. The background color is driven by the back color parameter. Opacity from texture here is driven by this parameter, and tint color and opacity is driven by tint color and opacity parameter. I don't know why they did not comment this material, because it's quite crucial to know this when you want to make other versions of this material. So let's see how I made my material, my custom material, and we scroll up. This is the other material. That's a material instance, and it derives from parent material. When we have a look here in the tint color and opacity, we see that there is no overdriven channel. I'm driving this glow effect by another parameter. You don't have to overdrive your channels anymore to make it glowing. Let's see how this works. This is a material instance. You can see an emissive intensity of 100, quite heavy. And 3D widget is color override. Some comments in it in order to make it better to understand it, what happens. Inside of those orange comments you see the parameters that you must not change by their name. The other, like the emissive intensity and some stuff drive, black lines here, you can change these, of course. They are not communicating with your 3D widget component. This is how.
Okay.
Hi guys, I want a quick follow-up to this video right here. The widget component tutorial. There's something that I've left out that might be useful to you. So once you've added your widget components, right, and then you select your widget, you might find that it's very difficult for you to change the draw size to match what you see here. Like, we want to make changes here, and we want them to match what we see here, right? And you might think it's because our draw size is not the same size as this. I mean, that's half correct. I'll show you why. So you see this is 406 times 172. So if you come here and do 476, right, and 172, you get a completely different shape. So let me just cut to the chase and show you how to fix it. First, you want to wrap your widget in a canvas panel like this, and keep the anchor top left, and then just size your widget. Okay, whatever you do here now will be reflected in here. So let's just size it. So we want it to look like this in our widget blueprint. So then the second thing you want to do is you want to take this, draw at desired size.
Yeah, it's checked. Oh man. Don't get it. I just don't get it. Should be the easiest thing. It's just not working.
Right.
Do some make different love makers. It's gotta be some setting in here. It just really doesn't like. Fill. Fine. Well, yeah, that should work, right? Yeah. No. Okay. Maybe it's not too bad. No. Sure. Okay, so it's there, but it's just like way off to the side. Well, Let's do. Oh. So. Let me do this. Oh. So. It's taking a widget scale. Whoa. Oh. I don't know if I'm like, gosh, let's just see. I refuse to orient yourself. Oh, what? Okay. Check that. So only what's the desired size? On the setting. The draw size, right? There's the draw. Huh. That's odd that it's not. It's not setting that button. Still really need to do this. Draw desired size. No. This. I wonder if it's just translating these pixels into real units. So what's 600 to 175? That's like a meter, 0.25 meters. This is bigger than that. But I guess that works, but just did it on the widget though. I do need to make a player start. Oh, widget pointer. It's like stuck in the world space. Let's see. It's part Says this. Let's trace from the world location and orientation dimension. There's the source. Okay, then that should be following me. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Quit. Yes. Let's go. Okay. Like I'm thinking about, well, okay, I'll build the UI into what I have now. I can make it just this one blueprint. It'll have all those widgets in it. For now, though, actually, before I get into that, one thing I want to figure out is, I want to take out the like button part of it. I want just the text. So this unclipped, I want to trade for this unclipped. Is that thing? Oh man. Is there like a clickable text thing I should be doing? What can I do? This is just the orientation. Okay, oh, here we have this, right? See what? Okay, yeah, that's just to bind it to something else. Somewhere I heard along the way for localization is that these text fields should basically be driven by some variables in a lookup table that look like a dictionary of a language, or say like this is the key, and then, or no, each language is the key, and then for each option within it has its own thing to use, but we'll just leave it for now. No. All the time. True, that's the widgets or its child's geometry or later function from being cached. But you won't still be in validation. Huh. No, it's invaded. Maybe I could set it up just so that the button is transparent behind it. And that, go like a kind of yellow. More zombie land, save. Shadow color we want. Color paths again. Oh, it's still going in then. Oh, give me a turn button. Turn button gave me that color. It's so confusing. Put it in the text, not the button. Button. So it's like all the way out here now. Is it? Still taking the full canvas. I think what needs to happen is this. That's the end of the. Guess this is just gonna be it. Get the anchors auction for this. That's a real drawing. Take the canvas pen. Oh. Canvas pen damage. Equals. Shit, I have to do my to manage. That doesn't make any sense. Probably still going to. Okay. Then quit is getting chopped off. Okay. So there's that one. Text and coordinate. You should be right. What's happening? Oh, what's up, my dude? Yeah. Humble beginnings, right? Yeah, I just learned how to make the UIs recently, so I'm trying to do like something a little bit more spicy just to get started. But the struggle is real. But how you doing, friend? Might you be a fellow game developer? Take this and drag it around. So oh, that's dragging it. Auto undo. Let's just gonna leave us there. Can't enter this. Get off this side. Struggles. I don't want to have to do it. Okay, that gets anchors, but this is fill. I guess I can put stream buffers every 10 seconds. Oh, great. Cool. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, my bitrate is all over the place. Appreciate you. Oh, cool. Yes. Freaking kick didn't connect either. So good. Ready to didn't bring it down. Oh, man, what do you? Okay, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Yeah, nice and unstable. Yeah, I can't even like look at my own stream. Okay, alright. Agent, you're saving the day, kind of, but I'm gonna have to end the stream to make this work again. So, hold on momentarily while I troubleshoot for a bit.